Whew, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Good afternoon to everyone. Y'all, I found... So look, I was going through... Okay, so... What's up, everybody? Hey, let me say hi to everybody. Little baby, I meant to send you a message on Instagram saying that we weren't going to do the New Jersey today. I apologize. That's on me. My bad. Hey, China White Lock Queen. What's up, Star? Hey, Just Coco. I ain't seen you in a while. Hey, boo. What's up, Tracy? Hey, what's up, O Street? I did get your message asking about the Real Housewives of New York. I did get that. Nay, you looking at the Real Housewives of New York?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, okay. You know, Niecy was helping me work through understanding who these people are. Last year, we did like a live viewing. We never really finished it. A lot of it was because she was working, I was working. You know, we never got back. But maybe we'll link it back up. But she can ready to leave me. So I don't know. But we might. I don't know. What's up, Danny? What's up, Diamond Pro? What's up, baby? Hey, Abby. Hey, Miss P. How are you? Hey, Gigi Jones. L Love. Hey, Trey Leche. Trey Leche, you were the first one in here. I thought I spoke to you already. My bad. All right. So, good afternoon. So, listen, y'all. I'm a purse person. I love purses. I have a lot of purses. I change purses often. And so, when you change purses often, like, you don't always transfer everything. So I was looking for something today, and I was going through my old purses because I was like, it might be in one of my old purses or one of my purses that, you know, that I've been carrying or whatever. Listen, I didn't find what I was looking for, but I found everything I wasn't looking for. And I found my favorite lip gloss. Y'all know this is my favorite lip gloss. I couldn't find it. I was like, you know, but this is my favorite lip gloss. I love this lip gloss. And I found what I was looking for this too. This is my Fenty Clear lip gloss that I put over top because y'all know I don't like matte. I have matte lipstick, but I don't like that dry. I don't like it when it dries out. So I keep a little bit of clear lip gloss to put over top of it. I like a shiny lip. Anyway, hey Cams, what's up, boo? What's up, everybody? So listen. We had a lot to get into today. People been cutting up and acting a fool all over the place. I didn't go live yesterday, but daggone. I ain't find no money. Nah, I didn't find, honey. I didn't find no money. If anything, I found bills that I should have paid. I said, damn, that's where that went? Lord have mercy. But I was looking for something so I could finish doing my taxes. I was looking for a bill. But it was for something for my taxes. So, what's up, nephew? Hey. If I keep what in my bed? I do have them in my Benny bag. I do. Hold on. So, you're going to make me get up and show you. Hold on. Talking about if I keep it in my Benny bag. I got it in my Benny bag. Now I got to go up in my Benny bag. Child, now I just got to remember where I put the Benny bag. Did I put it in here? No, I must have put it in here. Did I put it in here? Yep, it is. See, it was in my purse. And see, listen, look. It's got lip gloss and stuff in here. It's got some, I can add this other stuff in here too. I actually was going to do that. See, you saved me. See, look at all this lipstick. And y'all, this whole thing right here is full of lip gloss, lipstick. Look at that. Look, I got a problem. Anyway, but thank you for reminding me, D. I do have an unboxing that I need to do. So if y'all remember last week, Danny sent me this wonderful mug that has my logo on it. Oh, wait. Is it right there? Child. It's over there. But it has my Really Be logo on it, right? But she had sent me something else in the box and it broke. So she sent me a replacement. So let me open this up. Oh, I can't never find my scissors, y'all. I don't understand why scissors. Yeah, I got 20 pairs of scissors and I can't never find a pair when I need it. Jeez. Let me just see if I can do it with a pen. Nope, that don't look like it's gonna work. Damn it. Ah! What's up, Star? Hey, Gina Bina. And those green peppers that's in there. Those green peppers that's in there. What? Yeah. I didn't throw them away, but they look like they might be their last legs. So you might want to, I don't know, cook them up. You know, double check. Just double check. Yeah, no, I got them away. I try not to throw away anything that was, you know, I don't want to throw away people's food, so. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. Bear with me while we get this together. Whew. All right. I forgot about those extensions and just filed my taxes on the 30th. At least I got it out the way. Well, tax day is not until May 17th this year. Because they extended to May 15th, but the 15th falls on a weekend. So you got till the 17th to file your taxes. Mine hopefully will get filed this week. Okay. So Danny, put your Instagram stuff in the chat. Danny, she's my mod, my little sister from Bennett. She makes these wonderful, wonderful items, you guys. She makes mugs and all sorts of stuff, tumblers. So look at that. That's y'all know what I'm talking about. Coaster. It says Bennett Bells are pretty, black, and educated. I love this whole logo. I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all know I'm a Bennett Bell honey. And then she sent me, listen, you packed this in here this time, Danny. Danny said what they won't do is break my mug a second time. Y'all check out Danny. That's her Instagram. Y'all go to her Instagram and see what kind of stuff she makes. And y'all going to give her some orders, honey. Y'all going to hook a sister up with some orders, honey. And then she got me a mug to match the coaster. Bennett Bells are pretty, black, and educated. So, yes, thank you, Danny, so much. I appreciate it. When I first saw those, when she was making them, I was like, girl, I want one. She also got some t-shirts that I told her I wanted. So thank you so much, Danny. So much. All right, so that was my unboxing. And trash day is tomorrow, so I can get all that stuff out of here tomorrow. Okay. Trying to get ready to go to this funeral in the morning. Oh, I'm so sorry that my mama is making. Oh, your mama making you go, girl. My mama don't make me go to funerals, but before the pandemic, I promise you, my mama was going to a funeral a week, and I was like, "Do you know these people? Like, are you just showing up at? Like, do you know all these people? How you always got a funeral?" But you know, my mama is a deacon at the church, so sometimes it be people at the church, and she just there. But I'll be like, do you know all these people down to the funeral? Danny, is your page locked? They said, is your page locked? All right, so let's deal with the politics of it all first, and then we'll roll into some stuff, okay? Danny, make sure you wrote your IG right and all that good stuff. Make sure it's, all that good stuff is going on. Don't forget, it is Teacher Appreciation Week. Make sure to thank a teacher. If you don't know a teacher, you can thank me. What's up, El Teddy? How you doing today, sir? I was in and out your live earlier. You know I was working, honey. I was working. The fumes had the best. Yeah. You find out everything down to the fume, honey. They be telling everybody business down to the fume, especially one of them old church mother fumes. The politics of it all. Well, it ain't gonna be as deep as El Teddy be going. Okay, y'all know El Teddy. Hey, what's up? Hey, BB Nice. You know when El Teddy get into his politics of it all, you know he be going deep, y'all. He go deep. I ain't going that deep, but we have a few things we do want to cover today. So first of all, let me read. Y'all know. Let me go to the tape. Florida, El Teddy's home state, passed today a voter suppression law. Now, let's be clear. A lawsuit was filed literally minutes after DeSantis signed it into law, but it don't matter. It is law for now. Let me read y'all that, and then I'll read y'all about the lawsuit. And this is just real quick. This is according to the Associated Press. Governor Ron DeSantis signed a sweeping elections bill into law that is already being challenged in the court system by civil and voting rights organizations. Okay. He said that he and other Republicans would place guardrails against fraud, even though he acknowledged there was no serious signs of voting irregularities in last November's election. So you guard against something that didn't happen? Okay. The Republican governor signed a freshly passed legislation ahead of his impending announcement that he'll run for re-election in the nation's largest battleground state, aiming for a broad impact among Donald Trump's party base. Now, in this bill, it's pretty much the same. It is pretty much the same. In this bill, they're restricting early voting. They're putting stricter voter ID guidelines in place. All of the same bullshit. Like, I don't even need to run down the bullshit. It's the same stuff, right? And that thank you so much, Tracy. And so DeSantis, who, again, I told y'all about a week or so ago that I am hearing rumblings that this man is seriously considering running for president in 4 years. And he is really soliciting Donald Trump's base, right? So this is not something that we need to ignore, you guys. This is not something for us to ignore. This is not something for us to be like, oh, those Republicans. No. Did you hear the part about Florida being the largest battleground state? Let's not forget Bush Gore. Some of y'all might be too young to remember, but let's not forget Bush Gore. Okay, so I urge you guys, y'all go. This is the Associated Press, but it was on CNN. It was on all the major outlets. Y'all go read, especially if y'all live down in Florida. Now, again, it has already been challenged in the court. That doesn't mean anything. It's law until it's not law. Okay. Legislation has a deliberate and disproportionate impact on elderly voters, voters with disabilities, students, and communities of color. The other thing I read too is that it limits who can pick up and drop off absentee ballots. So, for example, like they just said, the elderly and the disabled. I know for this election, I dropped my parents' ballots off for them. I took my parents' ballots and I dropped them off at the drop box at the voting station because we were in the middle of a damn pandemic and they were voting absentee. And I dropped it off and just dropped it in a little slot. I didn't even have to go in the building. I dropped it in a little slot and it was what it was. And so that is where they're saying that it would have the most impact on the elderly and the disabled, because now you're saying that I physically have to go pick up my ballot and I physically have to drop my ballot off. What if I'm just not able to do that? So now I can't vote because I physically can't get to the voting station. Well, the absentee ballot would probably be mailed to you, but I mean, taking it back. So anyway, because remember, in this last election, we weren't trusting the mail system. Don't even mail it. 3 of the current Supreme Court judges were on the panel that gave Bush the win against Gore. Yeah, well, you just watched 537 Votes documentary on HBO. I have to look at that. I haven't seen that. Now, in other y'all need to pay attention news, Caitlyn Jenner. We already know Caitlyn Jenner earlier this week made headlines when Caitlyn Jenner said that she does not feel as though transgender athletes should compete. Now, I'm not going to touch that. I have my feelings about it. I'm not going to get into that conversation. However, she has also said a few other things this week. Okay. She said that all of her friends are moving out of California because of all the homeless people. And she doesn't want to move. So she's going to have to, that's why she's running for governor, because she wants to come up with a plan to get rid of the homeless people. Because all of the homeless people are in California. Making her rich white friends lead the state. She also went on to say that she absolutely believes that there should be a wall. She absolutely believes that we should limit who can and cannot come in this country. And she said that I understand that, for the people who are here, we're absolutely a compassionate country, and we'll have to just review each case on a case-by-case basis. I mean, the reality is some people are just going to have to be sent back. You guys, again, don't be fooled because y'all feel like, oh, she's a part of the community. Don't be fooled because, she was part of the whole Kardashian clan and they seem to be very liberal. Don't be fooled by all of that. It is clear. I mean, we know she was a Trump supporter, right? She was a Trump supporter. So let's be clear on who this woman is and what the agenda is. Pay attention. And I know that my California people that's in the room with me right now, I know y'all hip to it. I know y'all got it. But pay close attention to what is going on. Now, earlier today, Tabitha did a story. Y'all got to go check out her live. She did a story on a congressman who used the term buckwheat. Now, y'all got to go check her live out to get the tea on that, okay? So she did, Tabitha gonna always touch on some politics, okay? So she was talking about politics, about the man calling somebody buckwheat. And y'all got to go check that out. See what she was talking about with the buckwheat. I don't even have the energy for that today because I already have a rant that I got to go on I got a rant that I'm going on towards the end of this, okay? I ain't even got the time to get to the buckwheat man. Y'all go watch Tabitha live and y'all go learn all about the buckwheat man, okay? Okay? Do they really have a huge homeless problem in Calabasas? Right, see, that's what I'm saying. Like here's the thing. I have heard about this, homeless issue, and that I think the governor has demanded that the mayor have to clean up Skid Row, and I've heard those things. But let's be clear: you live in a gated community, ma'am. You live in a gated community. There are no homeless people in your neighborhood, I promise. And let's be clear: if there were, just happened to be a homeless person wandered in your neighborhood, I'm sure that y'all rent-a-cops would have them hemmed up in a matter of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's be clear. If anybody even look like they rummaging through somebody's garbage, y'all little rent-a-cop that y'all homeowners association probably takes care of, riding around in their little golf cart, will hem them up. Okay? Okay. But you live in a whole gated community, sir. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to misgender. Ma'am. A whole gated community. Anyway. Now I've been sitting around in these bushes, but I had to come in the room right now. I am not going to call Bruce Jenner up with that nonsense coming out of my mouth. Hey, Miss Bowen. I'm not doing that with you, number one equal fan. I'm not doing that with you. Hell, the Kardashians don't support Caitlyn. Yeah, they sure don't. They are Armenian, not pure white bread. I'm sure they are insulted by. Yeah, they already said that was one of the first things when she first announced she was running. That was one of the first things that the Kardashians was like, yeah, but we're not supporting her. That we will not be supporting her. That is that. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Nope. So listen, that's the politics of the day. I'm sure there's more going on, but that's all I can bring y'all today because I'm sure I don't know when El Teddy's next day off is, but I'm sure he's gonna, y'all know it gets to itching El Teddy, it gets to itching him, and he just gotta come live and just cuss some people out and go off. So it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time before he comes up here and he gives y'all a whole rundown. And I'm sure he's gonna get into the minutia of it all. Okay, he's gonna get into the whole bloop 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 bloop. But yeah, so once again, like we've been talking about over on the Teacher Project 2.0, you got to pay attention to these laws. They're not in a silo. They're not off somewhere by themselves. Okay, you got to pay attention to what's going on. And see, there he go. He's talking about he already itching. Look at him. There he go. He already itching. I know he is. Exactly. Yeah, I agree. It's me, D. Yeah, listen. I will be respectful of the community. But yeah, I knew that. I knew El Teddy was on his way. Child, I knew. All right, so let's get into this bull hockey because I got a whole rant I need to go on at the end of this whole situation. So listen, let's talk about a few things, y'all. Listen, Erica Mena, listen, I didn't even say nothing about Erica Mena and Safari announcing that they was pregnant. Because I don't care. I didn't care the first time. I don't care the second time. I wish you well. If you like it, I love it. Okay. At the end of the day, I really don't care. Now, you and your husband have had whole Twitter arguments where he basically said you were a whole mistake. Okay. That I wish I had never married her. Marriage is for the birds. Yada, 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 yada. Okay. And then when y'all was on the whole, when they was doing the behind the scenes of the Love and Hip Hops because they was trying to, fill up some airtime when they didn't have no new episodes to bring us, he came right out and said that he didn't like the fact that you gained weight while you was pregnant. He ain't like the fact that it took you so long to lose the weight after you had the baby. And he really ain't want you to have no more kids because you got too fat. That's what he said. I ain't even paraphrasing. He said it. So he obviously doesn't have a problem engaging in the act that brings the baby here. He just has a problem with what you look like while you are carrying the baby. And I was going to say something mean. You decided that it would be a good idea to carry another one for him, for you, for him, for y'all. So listen, I didn't care. I wasn't going to bring it to y'all. We wasn't going to talk about it. Why? Because I didn't care. Oh, but today, Erica. Yesterday, and I know, listen, I normally don't look at Wendy Williams. I know I don't really look at Wendy Williams like that. But yesterday when I was down to the hairdresser, she had Wendy Williams on. And so I heard the whole thing Wendy Williams said about Erica Mena. And let me tell y'all something. Wendy didn't tell no lies. Okay? Wendy did not tell no lies. Wendy was talking about the fact that why would you get pregnant again? This man has disrespected you publicly. This man has basically said you were a mistake. He called you fat. Like everything I just said, Wendy said, okay? And Wendy didn't tell no lies. And then Wendy went on to talk about how, clearly you must like it because, y'all choose to live y'all lives out loud on social media or, hopping from reality show to reality show. So clearly, this is what you like. This is what you enjoy. Now, y'all know I give it to Wendy when I feel like I need to give it to Wendy. But honestly, there were no lies detected. How Maury say, no, listen, we determined that was not a lie. That was not a lie. So today, Erica gets in her feelings. And she gets down to the Twitter. Them Twitter, either the Twitter or the Instagram. At this point, nowadays they interchangeable. Somewhere. Okay. Let me just tell you what the woman said. Okay. Hold on. Okay. She said, at Wendy Williams, so I guess this was Twitter. At this point, let's link up. Now, mind you, Erica, you are like 8 months pregnant, okay? Let's link up so I can beat your ass. Your ex-husband didn't do a good enough job. So I guess when the block got hot, she came back and this is her next tweet. I mean, not her very next tweet, but her tweet. By now, y'all know I mean what I say and I say what I mean. Talking to yourself about me is a hobby for you, not for me. If you don't exist to me, what offends you don't affect me. None of what the fuck you said just made sense. None of that makes any sense, Erica. I'm going to read it one more again. By now, y'all know I mean what I say and I say what I mean. Talking to yourself about me is a hobby for you, not me. Who the fuck was talking to themselves? Wendy was talking to her audience where she makes, I don't know how much, but she get paid to do it. So she wasn't talking to herself. She was talking to us. If you don't exist to me, what offends you don't affect me. Well, clearly, Wendy exists to you because you just threatened to beat her ass and you like 7-8 months pregnant. So clearly, Wendy matters to you. Wendy don't matter to me. I don't give a fuck. But let's go back to the first tweet. Let's go back to the first one where she spoke on Wendy, your ex-husband didn't do a good enough job. Erica, wasn't one of these storylines on one of these reality shows that you've been on was that you were abused? That you were a victim of domestic violence? Wasn't one of your storylines one of that? I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, because I don't know the whole Erica timeline because I never watched Erica when she was on Love and Hip Hop the first time. I caught her when she came down to Atlanta and then she went back to Love and Hip Hop New York. I didn't catch the whole beginning part of Erica Mena, so I don't know. But wasn't that part of her storyline at some point that she is a victim of domestic violence? So you decide to come at Wendy about her husband and the alleged physical situation between them, because let's be clear, I don't remember seeing that in the movie. Now, that don't mean it ain't happened. I'm just saying I don't remember. Right. Okay, Miss Bowen. Thank you. I thought so. I thought she said that she was a victim. Thank you. I thought so. You blaming it on the hormones, Diamond Pearl Gem? Listen. So, listen, Whitney is just having a rough couple of weeks with these Love and Hip Hop people. I mean, even though Jocelyn ain't on there no more, I'm just saying. The ratings are going to go up. Child. Well, I mean, and I hate to be crass when I say this, but that's their storyline anyway for this season, her getting pregnant. I promise the storyline with Safari and Erica is going to be them talking about those comments that he made about her being fat, him apologizing, them going through all of that, maybe even going to therapy. They might find them a good therapist, you know, film a couple of scenes at the therapist, maybe talk to a doctor. They might bring in Dr. Jackie to explain to Safari what happens to a woman's body when she's pregnant and how insensitive it was for him to say that. Yada, 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 Buddha, 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 boom, she pregnant. I'm just saying. That is true. Safari claimed he was a victim of domestic violence too. That is true. That is true. Child. Her baby daddy from Terror Squad. I didn't know her baby daddy was from Terror Squad. Child. So that is the Erica Wendy breakdown that everybody been talking about all day. I might do a little quick drop later on. I meant to do one earlier, but I got busy doing some other stuff. But that is pretty much the synopsis of it. What's up, peace, love? Mwah. Hey, baby. You haven't seen Dr. Sherry? Yeah, Dr. Sherry might get him a good little 1-2. You know, Dr. Sherry might talk to him about, you know, it ain't right to say this and say that. Okay, whatever, child. Another story that I didn't bring to y'all because I just didn't care. Okay. Bill Gates and Melinda Gates divorce. Now, let's be clear. When I say I don't care, I just mean none of the money that they're going to be fighting over will ever end up in my pockets. So her not having a prenup did not bother me. It didn't affect me. I was shocked that there was no prenup. But I don't give a fuck. And then I see this. Allegedly or reportedly, you know, Bill Gates gave Melinda Gates $1.8 billion. That's with a B. B. In stocks the day they filed for divorce. Ma'am, $1.8 billion worth of stocks. Man, you think I give a fuck about a damn prenup? She will live off the dividends of that. The dividends of $1.8 billion worth of stocks. Ma'am, I know y'all better get off my timeline worried about that woman not having a prenup. I know y'all better get off my timeline worrying about whether that woman got a prenup. That was the prenup. Are you tripping? That was the prenup. Right, peace, love. Like, what are you talking about? That was the damn prenup. Right. Amazon, Jeff Bezos gave his ex-wife 29 years and $42 billion in stock. Okay. Listen, the dividends off of those stocks alone will keep her living the lifestyle she has become accustomed to. That was the prenup. That, trust them, but what it sounds to me like they had worked everything out before they even announced the divorce. They had worked out whatever needed to be worked out before they announced the divorce. She going to get paid. That's an insult when you consider that he has $130 billion. Yeah, but at the end of the day, that might be what they worked out. And that doesn't mean that there isn't any cash, cars, homes. Like, that doesn't mean that there aren't other things that are being worked into all of that. That doesn't mean that. It just means that that's what's been given. Listen. I get what you're saying, El Teddy. I don't think that's all she gonna get. I don't think that's all she's walking away with. I just think that's what we know. I just don't believe that. Yeah, I don't believe that I'm sure there's more to it. Any bad news on him would affect his company? Not really. People already know that Bill Gates is an asshole. Like the U.S. government has sued Bill Gates. Bill Gates, Bill Gates. There are no illusions about Bill Gates being a nice guy. Not in business. I mean, he's done some good things with his money, but when it comes to his business, there are no illusions about Bill Gates. Right. Listen, let's be clear. If there's no prenup and I've had a child for you, yeah, just go on and break me off half and you ain't never got to see me again. I'll be like Tiger Woods' baby mama, ex-wife. I just move out the country. You ain't got to see me no more. Send a private jet when you want to see the churn. Bye. I go live in one of the other houses. Like, it's just, like when you had that much money, no. That's how you know Dr. Dre is on some bullshit, because you are still dragging this damn divorce out. If you don't break that woman off some money and go the hell on with your life, prenup or no prenup, get her the hell away from you. Y'all done paid so much money in lawyers' fees at this point. If you don't get rid of that woman and move on with your life, and I ain't even no Dr. Dre fan, but at this point, sir, what you fighting for? Exactly, King Snoopy. Like, listen, I'm gonna go live in one of the other houses. Hey, loving my peace. Yeah, I'm gonna go on over here. I'm living in one of my other houses. Anyway, so I didn't even bring that up because I was like, are we really about to fight over that's rich people problems? And, unfortunately, I don't have those problems, okay? If I ever get divorced, I ain't married yet, but if I ever get married and then get divorced, child, we'll be fighting over the goddamn can opener. I'd be like, that's my can opener. I packed it. I brought it with me into this marriage, and it is leaving with me. We'll be fighting over the can opener. We'll be fighting over DVDs that ain't nobody even watching. Okay? But if I was worth $130 billion, ma'am, bye, sir. Just leave me a check on the counter. You want me to move out, but you're going to give me a check for $80 billion? Okay, that's fine. Matter of fact, you can keep everything that's in this house. I'll replace it all. You can keep the baby too. I'm going to keep the child here with you too. You fought over the Keurig. You know what I'm saying? God, listen. We fighting over all this shit. But if you leaving me a check for $80 billion, $40 billion, $3 billion, sir, you can have whatever is in this house. I don't give a damn. Right. Just cut the check. Oh, was that my lawyer's office? Oh, you want the car too? I can't drive none of these cars. I will Uber black my ass right on out that driveway. Sir, I don't give a damn. Listen. Right. I wish I had them kind of rich people problems. Child, we fighting over the DVD player, okay? Oh, Lord. He said you real petty. Listen. All right, so I have a correction that I need to make. I feel like I might have misunderstood something a few weeks ago. We talked about the Tokyo Olympics and that they were saying that they were going to allow demonstrations. People putting up their fists, people, Black Lives Matter and things like that. That was my understanding. I must have misunderstood the article that I read, because today the Tokyo Olympic Committee is banning athletes from wearing Black Lives Matter apparel. It says here, after a year's delay due to the pandemic, it looks like we're going to have an Olympic Games after all, but not without some controversy. The Tokyo Olympic athletes will not be allowed to rock any Black Lives Matter apparel at the ceremonies this summer. Committee officials say barring athletes from wearing messages supporting the Black Lives Matter movement is part of the ban on protests and political messages. See, I thought they had lifted the ban, so I must have misunderstood something I said. So I apologize for giving y'all false information. Never my intention. The policy was revealed 2 weeks ago with a focus on prohibiting demonstrations on the field of play during an official ceremony or at the podium. It's now understood that Black Lives Matter apparel has been included in that ban. Officials say, however, that the BLM slogan will be allowed during press conferences and interviews as well as team functions. So, hey Dominique, how you doing? So y'all know I love the Olympics. Y'all know I love the Olympics. Y'all know I do. I told y'all how much I love the Olympics. How I be up all night watching the Olympics. I tape everything. Y'all know I do. Y'all know I watched it. We even talked about doing like some watch-alongs for the Olympics and stuff. Remember we talked about that, tribe? Why I have to be specific to? So they're saying that they're like no political like statement, and let's be clear, the Olympics has always been very much they frowned upon, and they have punished athletes in the past, not just the very famous athletes, the two track stars, Carlos and I always forget the second guy's name, Williams, I think the last name was, but is it Frank Williams? But we know about that very famous demonstration. But during the Cold War, like the 1980s and 1990s Olympics, a lot of the countries that were under the USSR, they would do different things like look away during the national anthem or look down, or they would do different things. So this isn't the first time. I mean, the Olympics has been very critical of political statements during the Olympics because it's supposed to be, thank you, Tommy Smith and John Carlos, thank you. The Olympics is supposed to be a political free zone, supposed to be. But I just find it very interesting. I'm curious. I find it interesting, and I'm a little curious. Why we specifically using Black Lives Matter as the example. I mean, ain't nobody else gonna be wearing nothing. Ain't nobody else gonna be wearing nothing. Just us. Just the black people. And the black people adjacent. Okay. All right, Tokyo. Y'all know people like LeBron who really don't give a damn gonna do it anyway, right? Like, y'all know that. Y'all know he gonna do it anyway, right? People like, like Serena, they gonna do it anyway. They gonna do it anyway. Oh, Lord. They didn't do anything to Nadia Comaneci when she turned her head and won all them gold medals. No, they didn't take nothing from her. You're right. They didn't take nothing from Nadia. They sure didn't. That's what I'm saying, little baby. I don't want to see trans, and there's no disrespect to nobody else, but I don't want to see trans lives matter. I don't want to see stop Asian hate. I don't want to see no other hashtags. If Black Lives Matter ain't welcome, I don't want to see no other hashtags. And I don't mean no disrespect to anybody that's a part of any of those other groups. But damn it, if Black Lives Matter don't matter, then I don't give a fuck about nobody else's. And I meant that. Hey, Dre. Hey, boo. Oh, Lord. Why we can't just have just something that's just why everything got to be so damn hard? Damn, Olympics. I love the Olympics. Y'all done fucked up. When I say I love the Olympics, like I have since I was a kid, I have loved the Olympics. Y'all done messed up the damn Olympics. Damn. Hey, Cat's Meow. I mean, damn. Cams. mean, damn. Y'all, I cannot. Anyway. The Olympics said that we can't wear no Black Lives Matter stuff. I mean, well, the athletes can't. Now, they can wear it. They can wear it. They just can't wear it on the podium. And they can't wear it during the medal ceremony. They can, and they can't wear it like as a warm-up. You know how like in the NBA, they had the Black Lives Matter warm-up t-shirts and stuff. They can't do that. Now, they can wear it. They can wear it in the locker room. They can wear it when they're giving interviews. They can wear it if they're at like team functions. They just can't wear it on the podium, and they can't wear it as like a warm-up or something like that. These motherfuckers always fucking it up, everybody. Just fucking it up, everybody. All right, well, let me get to this, and then I got to go on my rant because I got to cut somebody out before we get off of here today, child. I got somebody to cuss out before we get off of here today. So let's get into this last little bit of story. Dr. Ian Smith claims that Tamron Hall's show doesn't feature Black experts unless they're involved in a scandal. Don't pitch us your Black clients. We are not a Black show. Now, what Dr. Ian Smith is saying is that the show, like the producers for the show, not so much coming from Tamron Hall's mouth, but it's her show. So I'm not giving her absolution. I'm just explaining. The Tamron Hall show is seemingly being called out yet again. This time it's by Dr. Ian Smith. In an interview, Smith accused the Black-led daytime television show of refusing to book Black experts unless they're trending for something negative in nature. There are a lot of people who look like me, who are equally educated, equally articulate, who are not getting a platform on major shows. And they won't bring on African Americans or Latinx people as experts to talk about things like education or sociology or medicine or law. They will only bring us on when we are an entertainer or an athlete, or we do something salacious. There is a talk show with an African-American host and an African-American executive producer that has said to publicists, do not pitch us your Black clients. We are not a Black show. Pitch us your white clients. We don't want to be looked at as a Black show. They will bring on Black experts. Oh, he said they will bring on Black experts when they do something salacious or they're in the headlines for doing something bad. Then they'll bring Black people on to talk about that. Smith said he found it necessary to call out the show because we would definitely be doing so if the hosts were white. I'm putting the show on blast because when white shows and hosts don't let us on, we criticize them. But the same criticism has to be held when a show is helmed and hosted by Black people. That keep us off of airwaves, and it's just not right. While he did not name Hall specifically, Hunter assumed that he was referencing, that's who was interviewing him, that he was referencing the veteran television journalist because, well, there aren't but so many Black shows on daytime TV. Is it she? Was she formerly on cable and then moved to NBC and then moved on to her own show with her name on it? Asked Hunter before Smith finally smiled and nodded. Now, as of this article, if y'all know something else, put it in the chat. I have not seen where there's been a response, an official response. If y'all seen one, let me know. Tracy, you said you don't believe it. I watch her, and I have seen some Black experts on her show that are not trending for scandal. Okay, see, I don't watch the show, so well, F her and her boring ass show. I never watch. Well, damn, stupid. All the Black athletes should wear clothing that's red, black, and green all day, every day. I like that idea. Now, I like that idea, Pearl, Diamond Pearl. Just wear some red, black, and green, honey. Represent. Now, Tracy watches her. I don't watch her. I'm not going to lie. I don't watch her. I don't watch a lot of, y'all know I watch The View. That's it. That's all. That's all I have in my wheelhouse is The View, okay? That's it. I watch The View. I have looked at the Tamron Hall show, but I do not regularly watch it. So I cannot speak to this being a true statement or not. When they were called out before, I don't watch but we know ABC has their controversy, and her show is in its second, third season, so it's realistic that she doesn't have full control. Well, yeah, we do know that over the summer, ABC had a whole scandal with one of their, powers that be making some racial statements and her ass getting fired. So, why did he single her out specifically? I have questions. I mean, well, like they said, there ain't been so many black shows. Like, the reality of the situation is that's what you expect from Wendy. Like, that's what Wendy's show is all about. What other show on daytime TV has a black host other than the Wendy Williams show? I mean, we have the ensemble shows like The Real and The View, but what other show on daytime TV has a black host? So I think the reality is, like, I think there were no other I don't think he was specifically calling her out. I think he was trying to hold her accountable. Her show rubbed me the wrong way as it gives a platform to predators. Predators? What predators, Cams? Yeah, I mean, we know Wendy don't give a damn. Listen, all Wendy wants is salacious on there. Like, she ain't interested in no experts and all that. She wants salaciousness. I watched her when she debuted, but lost interest quickly. Try to support her for what she went through. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate, what she went through and everything too, but it's just not, I mean, I'm just not I stopped watching, the last time I really watched talk shows like that probably was Oprah, and I stopped watching Oprah years before she stopped doing her show. I probably stopped watching Oprah maybe 3 or 4 years before the show went off the air. Sherry Powell was on there? Oh, that's what you talking about. Oh. Sherry Pie was on there. I remember now. Sherry Pie was on there. I remember now. Well, I'm going to say this. I believe him. I believe that has been his experience. Dr. Ian Smith has been around for a long time, and he's very well respected. I believe him that, because here's the reality. Here's why I say I believe him. He has nothing to gain from it. He has a great reputation. As far as I know, him and Tamron Hall don't have no beef, no problems. I feel like he said it to hold not so much her, but to hold the show accountable. But I believe it. I don't watch the show every day, so I cannot say that there haven't been any experts on it. I mean, I can't say that. But I absolutely believe it. I do know that, hey, Xavier, I do know that when her show first debuted, I do know that her first couple of shows had people of color on there that were in the middle of scandal. She had Tamar, she had Nene. I know a few months ago, she had Leon Talley with his whole situation going on with his eviction and stuff. I don't know. He's from Celebrity Fit Club. So that's how long he's been around. He's been around. And remember, even on Celebrity Fit Club, he was like the straight man. He didn't get into all of the bullshit with them. He was all about, listen, either you're going to follow my plan and you're going to lose some weight, or you not. And if you ain't really trying to follow my plan, then I'm really not going to waste no whole lot of energy on you, and I'm going to move on to the next person. Like, he didn't even entertain that whole reality world shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really didn't. Like, if you seem like you weren't there for the right reasons, like, I saw them kick people off that they were like, you're not here for the right reasons. Like, you really not here trying to lose no weight. I don't know either way. I just know he likes special treatment. Who likes, you think, you talking about Dr. Ian Smith likes special treatment? What's up, Miss Couture? How much creative control does she have would be my question. Do we hold her or the network? And that's why I'm being I agree, Cams. That's why I'm being very, very clear. And I'm not saying Tamron Hall. I'm saying the show, because I don't know. Just because her name is on it don't mean she got control. We learn that lesson. You know, we find that out all the time. And just because somebody's name is on the show, it don't mean they got control of the show. So I'm not saying this is all on Tamron Hall. I'm saying this was the Tamron Hall show. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch it every day. I watch it sometimes, but I do know she has had black people on there who are not trending in Scandal. Maybe it's some of the producers and not her personally. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Tracy. I'm not putting this on Tamron Hall, but I am putting it on the show. And again, at the end of the day, yeah, she had Andrew Gillum on there, absolutely. But Kirk Franklin, yep, Kirk Franklin after he cussed his son out. Okay, yeah. Now let's be fair though. That's also her job. Let's be fair. She has a talk show. Her job is to bring us stories that we want to watch. That's part of her job as well. Now, the question is it lopsided? Is it one-sided? Are you only bringing us the people of color that's salacious stories? You know what I mean? And again, I don't watch her show enough to say yes or no. But I will say this. She's on notice now. If she didn't know, she's on notice now. If that was said, then she's on notice now. Not Kirk Franklin. Y'all are stupid. Xavier said she did initially have black professionals during her first season. Now, maybe some things have evolved since season 1. Maybe some things have evolved. Maybe the ratings didn't look the way they needed them to look. And we see that happen with shows all the time. Shows start here, and then the ratings start looking funny, and then they start going a little bit in the gutter. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So it could be something like that too. And Tracy, I defer to you because I don't watch the show. So I defer to you. If you say that you've seen it, I believe you. I absolutely believe you. Tamron needs to take a page out of Oprah's book or call Oprah and ask about owning her own show. Let me tell you something, Lauren. I'm not going to use the word never because that's a strong word. But after what Oprah Winfrey did, it'll be a cold day in hell before any major network makes it that easy for a person of color to own all their own shit. Oprah changed the game, and they didn't see it coming. They know the playbook now. They ain't playing that game with these people like that. Oprah changed the game. When she bought her show and the rights to her show, at one point in time, Oprah owned everything that was connected to Harpo. She owned the show. She owned the name. She owned the likeness. She owned the damn studio. She owned the building that the show was filmed in. She owned the damn parking lot. I'm not even exaggerating. Oprah owned all of it. All of it. There was nothing that touched the Oprah Winfrey show that Oprah did not own. They ain't never gonna let that happen again. Not easily. Not easily. Not easily. When I watch the show, I feel like I'm not the intended audience and I'm welcome to enjoy it while I'm there. Yeah, Oprah was accused of doing this as well. Yeah, Oprah bent the network over. She sure did. Yeah, she owned the damn theme song. Oprah owns everything that is connected to the Oprah Winfrey show. Everything. And I think that was like after season 1 or 2. I remember there was a podcast that came out a few years ago called Becoming Oprah. I think it was called Becoming. Was it called Becoming Oprah? Because it was before Michelle Obama's book. I think it was called Becoming Oprah, but don't quote me on that, y'all. But it was a podcast, and it was all about the Oprah Winfrey show, and it started from her days here in Baltimore. And when Oprah left Baltimore, they brought her out to Chicago for her own show. She negotiated that contract like in the first couple of years of her show. She bet on herself. And I mean, clearly it's paid dividends, but she bet on herself. And the network was like, cool, because in their mind, they were lessening their liability because if the show didn't work out, And let's remember, she was a overweight black woman in the early 80s. They didn't really think it was going to go down the way it went down. They knew she was a talent because that's why they reached out to her to begin with. But they didn't know she was going to be Oprah. Yeah. Yeah, you owned opulence. You owned everything. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, she owns all that shit. Like, when y'all see clips on YouTube, when you hear the theme song, like, Oprah owns all that shit. And I just don't think that any network is going to make it easy for a black woman to do that again. Like, that's just not going to be easy. That's just like, for as much as I give Tyler Perry a hard time, that's just like with Tyler Perry. When Tyler Perry made his first movie, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, the deal he made with New Line Cinema was that he would pay for everything. All he wanted from them was distribution. He paid for that whole movie out of his pocket. That's why it was filmed at his house. That's why, and I want to say, don't quote me on this, y'all. I want to say it cost him something like $5 million to make the movie Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I want to say it was something like $5 million. And the first weekend, it made like $20 million. And all of that was his because all he had to do was pay. The deal that he made was with New Line Cinema was he was going to pay them back the money that they fronted for distribution or something like that. But he netted. All of that money was his. He didn't have no major studio backing him. None of that. He was like, I don't need nothing from you but distribution. I don't need to use your studio. I don't need to use your craft services. I don't need nothing. All I want is for you to distribute the movie and get it into major movie theaters. He didn't want to do it like independently or wanted it to be on a small number of screens. He wanted it everywhere. That's it. That's all. And so, people can talk what they want to talk about the quality of his movies, and that's another conversation. But the deal he made with the studio, crazy. And so after the first weekend, he was playing with house money. He more than paid himself back after the first weekend of a Diary of a Mad Black Woman. More than paid himself back. Thank you, Tracy. See, Tracy coming through with the numbers. The budget. I knew for some reason, $5 million was in my head, but I was off on how much he made. $50 million. $50 million. He told New Line Cinema. And so that's why New Line Cinema, until Tyler got, Tyler Perry Studios and all of that, his first however many movies were all distributed through New Line Cinema. I mean, why not? He said he'll never make another film. I mean, he don't have to now, hell. I think Tyler Perry's success can be replicated, but it will be difficult because of streaming theater culture is dying. The reality is it can happen again. It just may not happen the same way. Some things are just lightning in a bottle. Like, can there ever be another Oprah Winfrey? Sure. It won't happen the same way. It can't. That's like Oprah was lightning in a bottle. Right. Maybe it's Lionsgate. I'm saying New Line Cinema. Maybe I'm talking about Lionsgate. Is it Lionsgate, y'all? Because I'm saying New Line Cinema, but I think it is Lionsgate, Dre. Thank you. I think it is Lionsgate. But whoever the distributor was, whoever distributed the movie, I think it was Lionsgate, though. I think I had it wrong. I think it was Lionsgate. Thank you, Dre. Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't have a Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, or Ayanna without Oprah. Well, I don't mean no harm, but quiet as it's kept. I mean, I could live without all three of them. I'm just saying. That's just me, though. That's just me. Y'all might feel differently. That's just me. Thank y'all. It's Lionsgate. Thank you. I corrected myself. I mean, well, Dre corrected me. But yes, it's Lionsgate. It's Lionsgate. But my point is the same though. Yeah. I can do it all three. And don't get me wrong, that's no disrespect to Iyanla. I think Iyanla has some great things. I've seen her do some great things. But maybe not everything. I'm just saying. Making Oprah. Thank you, Tracy. Oh, I love y'all. It's called Making Oprah. Thank you. I felt like Becoming wasn't right. I felt like I was thinking about Michelle Obama with Becoming. It is called Making Oprah. And then they did Making Oprah. Then they did Making Barack. And I think it's a third Making. But the first one was Making Oprah, and it was all about the Oprah Winfrey Show. And they went through everything dealing with the Oprah Winfrey Show all the way through the end. And Oprah even did an interview for the podcast. Thank y'all. It's called Making Oprah. I appreciate it. Thank you. I love y'all. Because, everything don't be sticking in my brain. I be knowing stuff, but I don't always be remembering the details. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, but it's a really good podcast because it even goes through the years when Oprah was sort of reinventing the show and it got very spiritual and all of that. And it talked about, one of Oprah's executive producers ended up leaving the show and it was a little scandalous. Now, they sort of skirt around it. Like, they don't get into all the details of the scandal, but that there was some scandal there. They sort of skirt around it, She talks about, certain, moments. We all remember the Tom Cruise moment, him jumping on that damn couch. But there was the Madonna interview where Madonna was so difficult and she was really borderline disrespectful to Oprah. They talked about the first show when they changed the format. And I think Don Johnson might have been one of their first guests or something, and how hard it was for them to book. That's it, Making Beyonce. I knew it was somebody. Love y'all. I knew it was somebody else is Making Beyonce. Now, y'all know I'm probably never going to listen to that one. I'm just saying. All right. Before I move into this next story, which is going to probably be my last story of the night, please, you guys, Legendary has dropped. I think Evie told me that there are 3 episodes. If you guys watched Legendary last season or you remember Legendary, it is the competition show that is on HBO Max that deals with ballroom culture. If you like Pose, it's sort of like the competition show version of Pose where you have the different houses competing. And so I think the first 3 episodes dropped. Well, the first 3 episodes dropped today. There's a part 1, part 2 to episode 1. And I think episode 2 dropped as well. I will be reviewing Legendary. So you'll get those reviews soon. But if you want to do a live watch along, my nephew, It's Me D, is going to be doing a live watch along it's going to start at 8:00. So it's going to be starting in a few minutes. And I'm going to be off of here. I ain't going to say I'll be off here at 8:00, but I'll be off of here at 8:00-ish. So y'all make sure y'all go check it out and go watch along. We have a good time watching along with It's Me D. We have a good time. And he's very, very knowledgeable about ballroom culture and things of that nature. So you might get a little bit of, inside, little stuff, little things of that nature. So y'all go check out It's Me D. Do me a favor, mods. Can y'all drop It's Me D's channel link for me, please? All right. I like a flirty lip. Is that what this is? This is a flirty lip. It's a flirty lip. Okay. I just want to know, why aren't people from Ballroom the judges? Why the hell is Jamila there? Why is Meg there? Jamila is there because Jamila is one of the creators and executive producers. That's why she's there. I mean, we ain't got to like it, but I'm just telling you why she's there. That's why she's there. Meg is there because they need a star power. Because let's be clear, the ballroom is still very much an underground culture. And so somebody, you can send me the link. I may drop through, but I probably won't be in it because I'm going to try to get some of my reviews out tonight. But For people who are not in and or around ballroom, a lot of ballroom legends are not mainstream. They're just not. We know more of them because of Pose, but they're just not. And so, I mean, do I think they might have been able to find a better judge? Sure. But I mean, you asking me why they're there, that's why they're there. We don't have to like it, but that's why they're there. So yeah. Thank you, little baby. So that's It's Me D's link. All right, so listen. This last story, first of all, before I get into my last story, thank you everybody who was there. There are 91 people in the chat. Please make sure you are all subscribed to the channel. Make sure y'all come back. I hope you had a good time. You enjoyed yourself, okay? Go on and hit that like button, Go on, hit the like button while you're here. So my last story. Let me tell you something who I want to see. I want to see Just Precious. I love her. I love her. Anyway. Right, It's Me D. You remember, but you're a dancer. You're a dancer. So you would definitely remember Lay on Me. Lynn and Bruno from Dancing with the Stars, all ballroom champs. Yeah. I'm not saying that they couldn't have made a better decision. The question that you asked me was, why are they there? I'm just telling you why they there. Do they have to be there? That ain't the question you asked me. Should they be there? That ain't the question you asked me. You asked me, why are they there? I'm telling you why they're there. Now, do they have to be there? That's a whole nother conversation. Should they be there? Another question. Y'all didn't ask that question. I answered the question you asked me. Exactly. It's like at least she's had a history of ballroom before Pose. I wish they had brought on Dominique this season. Because when she guest judged last season, when I say she gave me life, when Dominique Jackson, aka Mother Electra, guest judged last season on Legendary, when I tell you she gave me life. And I respected everything she said, whether I agreed or not. Because I didn't agree with everything she said, but I respected everything that came out her mouth. Everything that came out her mouth. It's on HBO Max. It's on HBO Max. Season 2 of Family Feud in Africa. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's a thing? Family Feud Africa? That's a thing. I'm not even being funny. That's a real show. Sure. They got a show for everything. All right. So let me say this. I know a lot of y'all don't watch my Real Housewives of Dallas. I know y'all don't watch the show. I know a lot of y'all don't watch the reviews. And that's okay. That ain't even why I'm here. Okay. The reunion part 1 was last night. Now, let me tell y'all a few things. I'm only going to give y'all this quick synopsis for those of you who don't watch the show. I'm only going to give y'all this quick synopsis. Okay? Abby, you were supposed to take a nap anyway because you had a migraine earlier. I appreciate you being here, ma'am. But you were supposed to take you a good nap. Now it's too late to take a nap. Now it's just bedtime. But anyway. But I appreciate you being here, love. I know you've had a rough day. You've had a lot going on today, honey. A lot going on. So there was this little situation. We had a new housewife this season. I had to kind of go back a little bit to last season. So last season, we had this situation with one of the ladies from the Real Housewives of Dallas, Leanne Locken, who actually was the main. The show was sort of centered around her the first season. Season 2, not so much. I mean, first 2 seasons, the last 2 seasons, not so much. They started making it about other people, but she was like that focal point in the beginning. She was like the Nene of the Real Housewives of Dallas. Well, last season they brought on a new housewife. Her name was Carrie. I forget the child's last name. Carrie is from Mexico. She is Mexican. She's actually an immigrant. She's got a very thick accent. She has a very abrasive personality, and in my opinion, she's a damn bully. Now, her and Leanne did not hit it off last season at all. They just didn't. Now, Leanne got herself in trouble First of all, a lot of the ladies on the show don't really rock with Leanne, but because Leanne was like the Nene Leakes of Dallas, it wasn't really hard. They was having a hard time trying to get rid of her, right? But then Leanne messed around and made it easy for him. And Leanne said some things that were inappropriate and borderline racist. I ain't gonna say they weren't racist. I'm gonna just say I felt like she could have recovered if they had wanted her to. If they had wanted her to, she could have recovered. Because we had a whole character who called Leanne all kinds of racists, did a whole thing in her car about getting her nails done by the Asian lady and doing like, I ain't gonna do it, but, you know, doing the eyes and, you know, talking in the little Asian accent and all that stuff, right? So that's a whole nother conversation, though. I ain't on Brandy right now. That was Brandy. So this season, they brought on Tiffany Moon. Now, Tiffany Moon is a doctor who is married to a hotel financier. Like his family owns hotels all over the world, like the equivalent of like the Hiltons or whatever. They also own a vineyard and all of that. Like they got money on top of money on top of money. Tiffany is the one that I told y'all about last week that in order to get into her closet, you got to do the fingerprint like that. Like her closet is that serious. You need a fingerprint. That's the lock she has on her closet. And she probably owns, without even counting, she probably has over $200,000 worth of Birkin bags. Like that don't count the rest of the shit. That don't count the Gucci, the Louis, the like you can, whatever designer you can name, Tiffany ass have it. Okay. She drives a Bentley truck. Their house is ginormous. I mean, it is just like she's a doctor, but they're clearly not living off her doctor's salary. Like that is clearly her husband's salary they living off of. Like her doctor's salary probably pays for her shopping. Okay. Now, at the beginning of the season, Tiffany was kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. She was a little stuck in her way. She was very, but she was very open about having a tiger mom, growing up as an immigrant, the challenges that she went through. Basically, she was a nerd. She was a nerd. Yo, her wine cellar is everything. You hear me? Who was at Karen's bridal shower? Tiffany? I love Tiffany. I hope she comes back. I heard she wasn't coming back next year, but I really need her to come back. Anyway, I ain't going down there right now. So, on the season, Tiffany is clearly smart as hell. Okay. And Tiffany is one of those people where if you say something that is incorrect, she will correct you. If you mispronounce a word, she will correct the pronunciation. If you use a word incorrectly, she will correct the fact that you used it incorrectly. Here's the issue. I don't have one. El Teddy, I'm not going to single out El Teddy, but El Teddy did it to me the other day. I said something, and I knew the word I was using, but I said it wrong. And he corrected me. I didn't take it no kind of way. You know why? Because that's what a friend does. A friend doesn't want you out here looking crazy and sounding crazy. So if you say a word and it's not right, fix it and let me know I was wrong. Absolutely, words mean things. Absolutely, words mean things. Okay? See, look at El Teddy dropping out the bushes. I have no problems with that. Here's the issue. Cameron, you dumb as hell. Now, Cameron is another housewife. Cameron is Elle Woods without the smarts. Y'all remember if you ever saw Legally Blonde, y'all know who we thought Elle Woods was the first half of the movie? Just a dumb blonde that wore pink all the time. Remember that? Remember who we thought Elle Woods was before she went to law school and started winning, groundbreaking legal cases? That is who Cameron is. Cameron is a trophy wife. Cameron grew up rich and was sent to the best schools for the purposes of finding a rich husband and combining the household. That is it. That is all. She said as much her first season on the show. She said as much that she went to college to find a husband. And that's exactly what she did. She found a rich husband. She is a housewife. that raises the children, goes to the right parties, is seen by the right people, and moves in the right circles. That is who she is. And listen, I ain't knocking it, but let's be clear. That is who Tamron is. She never cared about saying words correctly. She never cared about whether she was using words correctly because she didn't need to. Because she was a tall, blonde from the right families. Let's just be clear. I need y'all to understand this before I go off on this rant I'm about to go off on. I need y'all to know. Right. On Watch What Happens Live, Tamron didn't know what the word affluent meant. So, at the reunion last night, of course, that came up. And every time Tiffany said something, Tamron was on go. Like, it was clear that Tamron was there to give Tiffany the blues. She was there to give Tiffany the blues. It was clear that was her only purpose in being there, was to give Tiffany the blues. She had printed out tweets and screenshots and all kinds of shit, right? First of all, can I say that I was so here for Tiffany standing and all that shit? Tiffany was like, yeah, I said it. Yeah. Yeah, I said that too. Yeah, I said that too. Oh, I said all of that. I meant it too. I meant it. Like, she was here for all of it. Like, she wasn't backpedaling, pussy popping off, and none of that. She was like, I said it, and I meant what I said. I said what I meant, and I meant what I said, because I said it. Andy said that their Twitter battle got so bad that production had to step in and ask them to stop. Like, that's how bad it got back and forth on Twitter. So there was a scene, this was early on in the season, where Tiffany invited them to an authentic Chinese restaurant. Not just your old run-of-the-mill Chinese restaurant, but an authentic Chinese restaurant. And she served them authentic Chinese meals, one of which being chicken feet. Now, let's be clear. I have no interest in eating a chicken foot any more than Tamron had an interest in eating a chicken foot. Okay? And I probably would have done the same thing Tamron did. Child, Tamron was hiding them chicken feet in her napkin and put that napkin in her purse just as nice. Listen, because that's the polite thing to do. You don't turn your nose down in front of people, right? You just politely decline. Now, I felt like Tiffany was being a little pushy because she was trying to make them try it. Most of them did try it. Tamron did not. And again, that would have been me. I'm not eating a chicken foot. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I don't eat pig's feet. I don't eat chitlins. I'm not eating your chicken foot. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Okay. But at the reunion last night, Tamron tried to say, I think she did that to set me up because she knows that I'm a picky eater. Ma'am. So she set all of this up just to try to make you eat a chicken foot to embarrass you on TV. That's what you think happened? She had the restaurant create a whole menu just to embarrass you. Just to make you look stupid. That's it. That's all. Just you. Nobody else on the show matters. Nothing else in that scene matters. It didn't matter that the rest of the ladies tried it. And they weren't crazy about it either. It's just not part of their normal, menu. They weren't crazy about it either, but they tried it. So Tiffany's a social media person. So she has a TikTok and she has these hilarious, because like I said, she's a tiger. She grew up an immigrant. She had a tiger mom, basically like she got a perfect score on her verbal SATs and then her parents were like, well, why you ain't get a perfect score on the math? Like she grew up in that kind of household. Like you got a 4.56. Why you ain't get a 4.7? She went to college early. She became a doctor at 24. Like she was done with everything by the age of 24. All her residency, all of that by the age of 24. That lets you know what she is. Listen. So she has this skit where she talks about the different things growing up in a Chinese household. And she acts out these skits as her mom and then as herself. And they're actually really cute. I think they're actually really, really cute. Why Cameron gonna try to say, well, that's racist? I mean, don't you think, stereotypes can be racism? Tiffany was like, she said, because there was this one scene where she had her mother throwing a shoe at her head. Cameron gonna say, did your mother really throw a shoe at your head? Because I found that to be very disturbing. Tiffany was like, yeah, my mama threw all kinds of stuff at me. Mm-hmm. Then she was like, a house shoe. Tiffany was like, that was actually her shoe of choice, her slipper. She would just pick it up off her foot and throw it at my head. Like, I'm telling y'all, Tiffany was ready. Tiffany was here for it. So then Tiffany said, explain to me again, though, how I can be racist against my own culture. Because I'm Chinese, right? And I'm talking about my experiences as a Chinese immigrant with my Chinese mama. And these are things that really happened. So explain to me how I'm racist, please. Y'all, Cameron looks so stupid. So here's my rant. I just had to give y'all a little bit of the background. Here's my rant. I feel like Cameron's only issue with Tiffany is the fact that Tiffany, an immigrant, a Chinese immigrant, is smarter than her, richer than her, looks better than her. I think that her issue with Tiffany is how dare this Chinese non-white woman correct me? How dare she tell me I said something wrong? How dare she tell me that I used the wrong and I used the word incorrectly? How dare she feel like she has in the position to tell me I'm wrong? Like, I got that whole vibe last night. What's up, Faye? Hey, boo. I feel like that was her only issue with Tiffany, because my thing is this: she the only one you had smoke for last night. You didn't have smoke for nobody else on that screen. You didn't have smoke for Carrie. Carrie. You didn't have smoke for Brandy, Stephanie, Deidre, whatever. I can't get the other girl name out. You didn't have smoke for nobody else. The only smoke you had was for Tiffany. And your biggest issue with Tiffany was, one, you was mad that she was correcting your ass because you looked stupid and sounded stupid. And two, because you were trying to point out a way that she could possibly be racist. Bitch, bye. Cameron, if you don't go sit your reaching ass down. Somebody put that. I was reading stuff all day. They was lighting Cameron ass up on Twitter all day. And that's what everybody kept saying. Like, baby, you are reaching. Like, you are really reaching. I was sitting here like, you've got to be fucking kidding me right now. You are really, and you have to see the attitude, how she was sitting there like, and then she had a nerve to say, well, I have friends who called me because they were very disturbed by it as well. Here go Tiffany. You have friends that called you about my TikTok? Your friends really need to find something else to do with their time. I said, bitch, yes. I said, you better get her, Tiffany. Tiffany, she said, your friends really need to find something else to do with their time. Y'all, I was loving it. I was so here for it. Really, be honest, watch the show. I have no clue who these characters are, and I agree with your analysis of Cameron. Yes, honey, because here's the thing. They played this game when she went on Watch What Happens Live. They played this game. They gave her 5 words, and she got all 5 words wrong. And affluent was one of them. Bitch, you are affluent. How the fuck you don't know what affluent mean? And you are affluent. How you get that wrong? And so Tiffany tweeted out something to the effect of her being 0 for 5. or something like that, right? And then Cameron posted something on her Instagram. Cameron has a failed dog food company because she thought it was a good idea to make pink dog food because pink is her favorite color. And she always has on something pink. And she loves her little, her little designer dogs and their little Louis Vuitton strollers and shit. Like, that's who Cameron is. So her first 2 seasons on the show was all about her trying to start this dog food company, Sparkle Dog Food, where the dog food was pink. And I think it was like, for a while, it was available in like boutique, high-end boutique, stores for, pet stores. Child, why did she post a picture, like one of her promo pictures with her dog food, talking about, I'd rather eat Sparkle Dog than eat chicken feet? You don't think that was offensive? You don't think that was offensive? Wow. I mean, O Street, listen, they tried to clean it up because after the first season, the whole first season she was on the show, it was about her launching this company, right? The second season, it was about the fact that she was trying to get the dog food into the actual stores, right? So at the reunion for the second season, I think she came in season 2. So the reunion for season 3, you know how they ask, well, what's going on with the dog food? You know how Andy is. How's the dog company going? Well, we're in some select stores. Bitch, that means that a couple of friends of your husband said, all right, we'll carry the damn dog food to make your wife happy. Don't nobody want no damn pink dog food. The fuck? Who doing that? She is dumb as a box of hair. Listen. Cameron, her dog died. Louis. Her dog died, right? She had him cremated. She had the ashes sitting in his dog bed in her bedroom. So they just bought a new house. And they were getting ready to move into the new house. Cameron bought a medium in to ask the medium if Louis was going to come with them to the new house. See, that's rich people problems. That's rich people problems. She had designer dog outfits for her dog. Right. It's like Target liquidated you, Giselle. Exactly. Did he die from the dog food? Listen, he might have, child. I don't know. Right. She went to school to get her MRS degree. That is exactly what she did. That is exactly. And his family is like, it's a pedigree. It's a pedigree. Literally, my Chinese friends served me chicken feet and duck feet during a Chinese New Year party. Yeah, I mean, it's not like Tiffany set her up. Like, this is legit food. And Tiffany even said, she was like, I love chicken feet. Like, you could tell. And I think Tiffany was being pushy, but I think she was being pushy for the right reasons. She was being pushy because she really wanted to open up her culture to them. Now, she was being pushy, but I think it was for the right reasons. Whiskey Bear is looking at me. I'm screaming at this foolishness. Listen. Listen. For those of you who watch the Real Housewives of Dallas, put in the chat if I'm exaggerating about Cameron's ass. Cameron is silly. And when I say wears pink every day, she has something pink on. Very few outfits does she not have something pink or some sort of, pink shoe, pink lipstick, pink bows in her hair. Like, I remember in that first season, she had a rain, like a poncho, like a rain poncho for her Birkin bag. It was raining and she had her Birkin and she took out, like a poncho that you like kind of put. She had one and it was made specifically for the purse. Like, she didn't make it up, but who the fuck would buy it? She put it right over her little Birkin. I said, Yeah, but it was just, I don't know, y'all. That I just got, I ain't like that. I got a feeling off of that. I didn't appreciate it. I ain't like it. I felt like there was definitely some racial undertones to Cameron's whole demeanor, but Tiffany was here for it. Tiffany, yeah, it had glitter in it. Yeah, it had glitter in it. But Tiffany was here for it. Tiffany was ready. Tiffany said, she was like, y'all need to see that clip. It's on, where did I see it today? If you put in the hashtag Real Housewives of RHOD on Instagram, it was on one of those channels, honey. She said, now explain to me again how I was racist against my own culture. I'll wait while you explain that to me. She said, well, stereotypes are racist. It's not a stereotype. I'm literally telling a story about my mother and what she did to me. It's not a stereotype. It happened, ma'am. I'm telling you what my mama did. My mama threw a shoe at my head because I didn't score high enough on my science test. Like, it was a whole skit that she did. Y'all, Tiffany was ready. Tiffany was here for it. The other thing I'm going to say, and then I'm going to get off of here. They looks like from the previews for next week, they done brought Leanne into the bullshit. Y'all, Leanne was on Twitter today and was like, see, listen, I done been quiet and I ain't bothered these hoes all year. They didn't want me on the show no more, so I left the show. Whether they fired me or I voluntarily left, I wasn't there this season. I didn't say nothing about them hoes all season. And now here we go at the reunion, and now y'all bringing my name up, and I didn't have nothing to do with nothing that was happening with y'all. I said, oh. They don't want Leanne to come out the closet because Leanne really ain't been bothering nobody. Leanne been quiet. She been over there minding her good business. I mean, she been throwing subliminals, but she ain't been out there. Child. Right, O Street. Like white people trying to tell us what words we can and can't use. Okay? Child. I don't know what the dog, listen, I can't tell y'all what the dog died from, but I do know that dog wardrobe probably cost more than mine. I can tell you that. That I can tell you. Listen, Tiffany's closet is everything. Listen, I'm telling y'all, I know a lot of y'all don't watch The Real Housewives of Dallas, but listen, Tiffany's closet, her house is beautiful. And that closet is everything. Bitch. Like, her closet outdoes any housewife closet I've ever seen, including Married to Medicine Toya's upstairs, downstairs closet. Because let's be clear, you can have the space, but I'm talking about the shit Tiffany has in her closet. Okay? I wouldn't mind Leanne coming back, but she really doesn't have the affluence that they would need. Yeah, that was really Leanne's biggest. Let me tell you something. Leanne's personality really wasn't the issue. It was the fact that Leanne really wasn't on the same social economic level as the rest of them. That's really what it boiled down to. Leanne was broke. Leanne didn't have no money. Leanne was the common one. She had no money. Leanne had the connections. But once her and Deandra fell out, that's it. That's all. They didn't need Leanne's connections anymore because they had Deandra. Remember, the first 2 seasons before Deandra came on the show, it was all about who her best friend was. Oh, Deandra Simmons is her best friend. Deandra Simmons. Well, hell, once Deandra Simmons came on the show, well, what the hell do we need Leanne for anymore? She was the middle person. We got Deandra now. We don't need her. Yeah. Well, let me say this. Vanderpump absolutely has a closet. She does. I'm going to say this. I think it would rival Vanderpump's closet. It will rival her closet. Like I said, her Birkin bags alone. She has a Birkin bag that's like a $200,000 Birkin bag. Like a limited edition $200,000 bag. Bitch, what? But I love Tiffany. I like I said, she had to grow on me because at first she kind of irritated me. I ain't gonna lie. But she definitely grew on me. Yeah, it's some sort of limited edition Birkin. I don't, they told, Bravo put up there the such and such Birkin and then the price tag underneath. I said, bitch, what? Tracy said she reading the dog food reviews and it was the dog food that took. Listen, it's a limited edition. It's not a one of a kind, but there are very few of them. It's not a limited edition, but it's very few of them. Very, very few of them. Wendy says Dallas has the best dating pool. Listen, there's a lot of money down in Dallas. Because when I say all them women got money, but see, Dallas again is one of those places where they got money, but they don't look like it. Like Stephanie, you would not look at Stephanie and know the kind of money that her husband has. You would not look at Brandy and know the kind of money that her husband has. Like they got money. Hell, you wouldn't look at Deandra. Even though her mama, listen, all right, I'm gonna say this and I'm getting off of here. Y'all gotta watch Dallas. Dallas is funny. Listen, Deandra Simmons, she's another one, a pedigree. Her daddy left her, when he died, her daddy left her all his money. His estate is worth like $30-40 million. And he left it to her. Child, why her mama is still like the executor of the estate and be giving her a damn allowance against her inheritance. Why Deandra is a whole 52 years old and still don't have her money? I'm like, how old do you have to be to get your damn inheritance? What kind of will did this man write? But then I found out this season, Deandra gave us a little more information this season that makes sense. Deandra mama, Mama D ain't no fool. Y'all gotta watch Dallas. Dallas is a sleeper, but I'm telling y'all to be some good shit on Dallas. Dallas, Mama D is crazy as hell. Deandra mama, she crazy as hell, y'all. But what we found out this season was that, because we kept trying to figure out, why doesn't Deandra have control of her money? Deandra is 50 years old. Like, why does her mother still control her inheritance? Or her trust, I should say. Baby, we found out. Because when Deandra daddy left her mama, Mama D said, I tell you what, you don't have to pay me no child support. All I'm asking is that you leave your whole estate to Deandra. Leave it to your daughter when she dies. She gonna need it more when you're not here than she need it now. I'm good. I can take care of us. And when Deandra daddy died, the stepmama tried to come up with a will. Deandra's mama was like, I got the real will over here, baby. Come get this will. And they had to go to court. And Deandra ended up winning in court with the will that the mama had. I said, oh, now I understand why Mama D is still in charge of Deandra's money. Because if she was smart enough to get a will that left everything to Deandra in lieu of child support, she was damn sure smart enough to make herself the damn executor until she died. Deandra ain't getting that money till Mama D dead. That's it. That's all. Deandra is not getting her money until Mama D is dead. In the meantime and in between time, Deandra is borrowing money from her mama to pay for her damn cleaning lady. I said, how the fuck? You have a trust worth $30-40 million and you got to borrow money to pay your cleaning lady. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, see, Lauren, that was part of the issue. No, they didn't. The will was ironclad. They went to court. And Deandra's will stood up in court. He does have another child, and he was cut out of the will. And here's the thing. I think what ended up happening was Deandra offered to share the estate with her brother, her half-brother. The stepmother said, no, my will says that he gets everything. And so I think because Deandra was willing to share it, I don't know, but she told the whole story. It went to court and everything, and at the end, the brother was cut out. He didn't get nothing. Deandra got everything. Now I don't know what that will said, And I don't know if maybe Mama D was sleeping with the judge, child. I don't know, but I'm just telling you. Because they explained all this. That's what I'm saying. You got to watch it, Lord. You got to watch the show. I'm telling you. She broke the... Matter of fact, just watch the reunion next week because I feel like they're going to explain everything on the reunion next week. Because I feel like Andy got questions. Because hell, I got questions too. Right. And exactly, O Street. And the stepbrother and the stepmama, they ain't talked since. Right. Oh yeah. Mama D called Deandra and was like, I got the real will. That little will she showed you, that ain't the right will, baby. I got the right will right here. Come on over. I got it. I got the right will. Child. Listen, I love Mama D. Mama D crazy as hell though, but I love Mama D. She couldn't be my mama, but I love Mama D, child. Right. Mama D is the one who got Tiffany on the show. Absolutely. Yeah, it don't sound like Deandra's daddy was really a great guy to begin with. Like, it sounded like he had some shit with him. But anyway, child. All right, y'all, let me get off here. I've been on here for almost 2 hours. Y'all know I don't like me. I mean, but it's been a good conversation. You know, I haven't enjoyed y'all. But thank y'all for coming through. Tomorrow is the last day of Teacher Appreciation Week. If you have not already thanked the teacher, please make sure you do. If you're friends with your old teachers on social media or Instagram, I'm telling you, it makes their day. Send them a little DM, post a thank you message and tag them in it. A little something. Okay? Wait a minute, what? Hold on. Really remember the story. Mama D said she was poor and she looked in the newspaper. She sure did. She looked in the newspaper and found that millionaire and said she was going to do whatever she had to do to make him her husband. She sure did. She sure did. Oh, thank you, Lauren. Thank you so much. I tried to leave a comment on my Real Housewives of Dallas review, but I think YouTube zapped it. Girl, YouTube be tripping sometimes because sometimes people think it's us and it's not us. It's people be like, I tried to leave a comment and I'll be like, but I didn't do it. I'm sorry. I didn't do it. I don't delete comments. Rest assured, I don't delete comments. I've only deleted maybe 2 comments in the history of YouTube, of me doing YouTube videos. And that was because they were so vile. But other than that, I mean, if you disagree with me, you just disagree with me. If you tell me I'm wrong, you tell me I'm wrong. If you tell me I'm ugly, oh, well, I'm ugly. I don't delete comments. I don't care. I mean, when I say I don't care, I care about the comments, but I don't care enough about the negative comments to delete them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay. Exactly, little baby. All right, y'all, let me get off of here. I'm going to try to get at least one legendary out tonight, but I ain't promising. But I'm about to sit here and watch. I'm about to watch the first episode now and see how I feel. See what it's given. I got to see what it was given, okay? All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Everybody have a happy Friday. And I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.